Hey everyone, History Mystery Man here, coming to you today from Boonville, Indiana. Boonville is the county seat for Warwick County, the beautiful Warwick County Courthouse behind me. So what am I doing here in Boonville, Indiana? Well, there's an Abraham Lincoln connection here for me, and as you may know, I absolutely love Abraham Lincoln and all he did for this country. Abraham Lincoln, as a young boy who lived, by the way, in nearby Spencer County, one county over, about 30 some miles away. Lincoln, as a boy in the 1820s, would walk to this place, Boonville, Indiana, just for the opportunity to sit in on the court cases and listen to one of the great orators of the day, a lawyer by the name of John Brackenridge. And he would also borrow books while he was here, but he would literally walk more than 30 miles just to hear the lawyers try their cases and speak here. Of course, this is where he would come, not that particular courthouse. That's a newer one. The old courthouse burned down, but it was here that it happened, where Lincoln learned the law. Boonville was first established in 1818. There's been a post office here since 1820, and officially incorporated as a city, according to their logo, in 1858. And while I was here, I learned that Boonville is an absolutely fascinating little small town America at its best. And better news yet, I'm here, the History Mystery Man, on duty and at your service. Let's go see what's inside. Welcome to Boonville, Indiana.
Hey, buddy.
Good, how are you? Good. What? Oh, really? How do you like this place?
I love Boonville.
Do you? I can tell they've recently renovated the downtown square area. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's been a 4-year project.
Yeah?
And it started with a dream from the local mayor that he wanted to go ahead and get the square done, and we're just now completing it, finally. We have some arches that will be going on both sides of the one-way. A lot of coal history here. There used to be like 35 bars underneath, and then all the lawyers' offices were on top. And then,
when you say used to be, how far back are you?
Oh, you're talking probably 30s, 40s.
Okay.
Back when it was big, when they used to actually bring miners in by train, from Chandler and stuff. That's why the town started growing.
Anything else I should know about Boonville historically?
I'm a coal historian.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah, so I have all
That's
this.
really interesting. I've never met a coal historian.
Yeah, I do. I have all this.
What
stuff
is it
right
about
now.
coal that got your interest?
I don't know, man. So I run this page. It's called the Historical Stripping Shovel Archive on Facebook.
What? Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's.
I'll check it out. Listen, thanks for chatting with me. I really appreciate it. I knew I had to come talk to you when I was driving around the square just to see this place, and you waved at me, and I thought that was cool. I got to talk to this guy. I'm in love with small town America, and I appreciate all the small town American stories and the people of small town America. I mean, I'm on the same wavelength.
You stay around for a little bit. I'll call Charlie the maker for you if you want to talk to him.
Yeah, I'll talk to Charlie. Where does Charlie hang out? There's something about bells coming off a courthouse in small town America that just really grabbed me. Tell me about Boonville, Indiana. What do I need to know?
It is probably one of the best kept secrets in Indiana. We are growing, we're updating. Housing market here is off the charts right now.
Gorgeous.
Oh yeah, the renovations, it's beyond what we expected.
Look at that, you brought sunshine to my video, mister.
That's what we do.
It popped out right when I...
That's what we do. But,
Are you from Boonville?
we've been here 21 years.
Okay, and do you like it here?
Oh, we love it. We were actually directors of an outreach ministry in Mexico for several years.
Oh, that's interesting.
And when we came back to the States,
Oh, Mexico.
Decided,
¿Cómo estás, mi amigo?
Muy bien.
Bueno.
And so we wanted to know, because we were based out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and decided we wanted to come back home. And it's a magical town. It really is. The people are great. The school systems are the best in the area, I think. And we have a lot of things to offer in this area. But the one thing that we have that we didn't see a lot of places is there's a real sense of community. And that was important to us with our kids growing up here and just everything.
You own 3 buildings on the
I
square?
own 2 now. I just sold one to my son. They have the bakery.
Really?
There was literally nothing happening on the square 20 years ago when we came here.
Look at it now.
But,
Man, it's beautiful.
But just having vision. And we had vision of what could happen to this town. Some other people came alongside. Now the current administration with Charlie.
He's the mayor?
He's the mayor. They've come alongside.
What could be better than the safety of small town America right now?
Love or hate what's happening in the world today, we're really kind of insulated from that.
I know.
Because it is small town America.
You kind of create your own reality here.
Well, we...
If you want to wake up happy, wake up happy.
And people do.
Ooh. Just already I'm in love with this building. I mean, I absolutely love it. I love the exposed brick look when they just pull the plaster right off the wall. That's beautiful. Bakery and a bistro. Now that's a hot combination. Ooh, and the Christmas tree's already out. Oh yeah.
We do sandwiches,
I love it.
soup and salads, and we also have cinnamon rolls and cupcakes and cookies.
What about the building I'm in? I mean, any idea how far back it goes?
We think it's around 160 or 180. So
Wow.
This was my first building that I had bought, and the abstract on it that I found in the attic was 1850.
1850?
Uh-huh.
What did you find in the attic that said 1850?
The old land deeds.
Really?
Uh-huh.
So this predates the Civil War.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
So
What's
now
upstairs?
we live upstairs.
Oh, you live
We have
upstairs.
5 children.
Oh my
And
gosh.
So we bought the
That's so
building,
cool.
And we gutted down here, and it took us about 2.5 years. My husband and I did it ourselves, and we got it and then did all this. So our next project in the spring is to remodel upstairs. And so, yeah, I mean, the brick is the original brick.
How are you doing business-wise? I mean, are you holding your own? I mean, we're in the era of the coronavirus.
Yes,
I mean,
but, you know, the town has waited for us for 2.5 years. So I would say we're doing well. We are holding our own.
So
Obviously,
happy.
there's things like we can't have as many people as we want, and we have to space out tables. And, but my husband does deliveries, and we do have people, a lot of people. Like yesterday, we were busy, but it really wasn't dine-in. We had a lot of people come and pick up.
come and go, yeah. But you're
So,
still doing the business. You're
we
still
are
pumping
still-
out the bistro and the baked
Yes,
goods.
we are busy.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. You know, I gotta tell you, I absolutely love your story. You have this, you've created this beautiful business in this historic building in the square, and it's gorgeous, and you live upstairs with your 5 children in the town square. I mean, I'm so jealous. That life to me, I know you work hard.
Yes.
And I know that's so hard to run your own business as you do.
Right.
It's 24/7. You can't get away from it, especially
Right.
when you're upstairs.
Right,
But
right.
I just think your story is fascinating. I mean, you are the epitome of small town America. You live upstairs. That's so
Yes.
cool.
We love it. Actually, my kids are range from, I have 2 10-year-olds, a 9-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 6-year-old. And we have a porch on the back of our house, you know what I mean, that we can sit and chill on. And people are always like, well, what about a yard or whatever? I'm like, we go down to Johnson Park. My kids we'll get dinner at the Little Bombs, the little grocery shop down there, and sit at Johnson Park here on the square, eat dinner, and the kids will just play tag, and they love it. And so they, you know what, when it's snowing outside, we've gone out and taken a square of
Beautiful.
the lawn out there by the courthouse and made snowmen. So it made all look perfectly serene except this little spot where the Myers took over. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
my kids love it, and we get to shop at the different squares, the different places on the square, and
There's just so much personality and character down here. I mean, why would you want to be anywhere else? And besides, if you don't have grass, you don't have to cut it.
that's my husband's reason. He goes, one thing about living here is I don't have to mow the
I
grass.
think it's,
You know what I mean?
I have, That's been a sort of a dream of mine to have a business and live right upstairs. The commute is also pretty affordable.
Yes, and my kids know, it's so funny, as soon as my husband goes pick up the kids for school, because we're still open, the minute they come in the door, Mom, can I have a cookie? And every customer will giggle and laugh because, hey, you know, their parents own a bakery, so they know where the good stuff is.
Just one more question.
Yes,
Can I have a cookie?
absolutely.
I mean, you got it made,
It's
mister.
the American dream right here in Boonville, I'm
It's
telling you.
small town America.
It
I love
is.
it.
All
I
right.
love it.
What we do in our small business, I think, is the heartbeat of America, especially doing it with a family and having 5 kids. And I think people find that really crazy. Like, you have 5 kids? I'm like, yeah.
I'd give anything to have a business with my kids around and
Yeah.
you know, my parents, you know, and
Yep.
and the comfort of small town America. I mean, I just love it. I love your
Yes.
story.
Thank you.
You are really a Marine, a veteran?
Yes, I am.
Wow. How long did you serve?
I was only able to do 3 years
Uh-huh.
because I had a cancer diagnosis.
Really?
Yes.
How are you now?
I am wonderful now.
You look
Well,
wonderful.
thank you. Yes.
Well, thank you for that 3 years of
Well,
service.
no problem. It was my pleasure. I'm from Evansville.
Evansville, close by.
Yes.
I'd rather be in Boonville. That's the name of my next book.
Boonville?
I'd rather be in Boonville. I love it here.
My husband was working full time and doing this and working on this, and we finally were like, okay, this is what we really want to do, and we need to get it done. So he actually quit his job, and for 6 months, we
Amazing.
just worked on it all the time, which is like, well, how'd you get money? Don't even ask. It was just a risk we took. We made it through. You know what I mean?
You know, that's how successful people get there.
Yes.
They don't exactly know how, they just know they're going to get there.
Yes.
And then the universe answers all the questions
Right.
along the way. That is really super duper cool. And the risk of quitting a job and taking this on, but you have to decide what it is you want. And that's really the problem with people. You know, they want to be successful, but they don't know exactly what they want.
Right.
You just have to decide what you want and then go for it,
Yes.
which is exactly what you did.
And there's a lot of sacrifices along the way. You
Oh,
know?
I can
like,
only
I remember
imagine.
for Christmas, honestly, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna have presents for my kids, but we took the little bit that we made. I was doing it on my home on Christmas Eve. People still contacted me, they knew me. And I took the little bit of money that I had for those orders for Christmas Eve, and I went and bought my kids just a couple Christmas gifts. My kids are not the type that are, we've never been materialistic, yeah. And so the
Me
5
neither.
little gifts I got them, they were happy with, you know what I mean? And so as a family, we've all of us have taken the risk and all of us have had to sacrifice, but I think that's just, if you don't do that, are you really in it for the long haul? You know what I mean? Like,
You're doing a spectacular job of that mop, young lady. I really admire your work ethic and how the way you move that mop, man, is
she's our mopper, and even though the cookie recipes are my recipe, we have decided, Michelle and I, that she's our cookie master. She makes them better than us. So even though it's my recipe that I perfected after 6 years, Kim's our cookie maker. We're like,
Well,
we can't do it as good as Kim.
you got to go with the expertise.
That's right.
I bet she can mop that floor better than you can
Probably-
too.
probably.
You kidding? Are you from Boonville, by the way?
Yes, I am.
You're a hometowner,
I am.
a true blue Boonville hometowner.
Yes.
Do you like it here?
I do.
I like hearing that.
I moved away to Kentucky for 20 years and moved back about 12 years ago.
Are you glad you came back?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Thank you.
Happy. So Zachary has just called the mayor for me from the Genie Lift. Hutchinson Jewelers since 1955. Please enter wearing your mask. Check. Nice store.
So what brings you to Boonville?
Well, I'm in love with small town America. I love courthouses with like this one, a restored historic district that wraps around the courthouse. I'm just fascinated with small town America. I love the history, I love the charm, I love the character. I love coming here and feeling safe. I love every bit of it.
But the store's been here since 1955.
Yep.
And the owner, Ralph Hutchinson, is 97.
Really?
He's still back here working.
Oh, God.
And his son is working.
I wonder if
with
he'd
him.
talk to me.
Yeah. And his son joined him out of college, and They've been working together for over 40 years.
That's amazing. That's small town America there.
It's a great place, and we have great customers that love it when the families come in and say, you know, well, my grandparents bought their wedding rings here, and our kids are doing that. And, you know.
Yes, how are you, sir? I just find your story fascinating. That first of all, the business reaches back at this location to 1955, and secondly, your father at 97 is still here, hammering away.
Well, I started when I was 4 years old, full time since 1973
At this location.
at this location.
Are you guys holding your own in the era of coronavirus, and has that had a big effect on the business, or?
Well, we were closed 5 weeks
Sure.
in the spring, but as soon as we opened up, people needed to get out of the house and spend a little money. So business was good for several months.
Yeah.
I guess our year right now is probably about average overall.
You know, given all that's going on in the world, having an average year this year isn't so bad.
Right.
You know?
Our local people have been kind enough to spend a little money, kind of help keep us going, and we appreciate that so much.
Can I come back, or?
Yeah, come right here.
Oh my gosh.
Can you look up, Dan? This is a historical.
I'm the history mystery man.
History Misty Man.
Yes.
Well,
That's a mouthful, isn't it?
I know. How are you feeling?
best I can.
Does this square, I know it's gone under a renovation lately, but does it look in large part the way it did in 1940 something, 1950 something? I mean,
Oh, it looks better.
it looks way better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks good.
yeah, yeah. And do you work here every day? Do you come in typically most days?
Well, I only missed about, I guess a week, didn't I?
Well, you had hip replacement, and you missed some, and
Yeah.
we've all had COVID, and he was
Me
weak
too.
and, yeah,
I had it
missed
back in July, August. You had it too?
Yeah.
And you survived. You're a success story times 10. That's interesting. And what are you working on? I mean, I see you got that
What?
magnifier on you.
Watches.
You're working on, you're repairing watches?
Oh, yeah, since 1948.
Wow. Right after World War II.
Yep.
That's amazing.
And then I got called in to
Korea.
go to
You fought in Korea?
yeah.
Wow.
And bought this store in 1955.
And here ever since.
Yeah.
That is a fascinating small town America story.
I would still be playing golf, but I tore up my hip.
Oh. Well, good thing you have watch repair to fall back on.
Yeah. I just sat down.
Yeah, that's neat. You look great. You
Thank
look fabulous. You really do. I really admire you, and I thank you so much for your time today.
Well, thank you.
And thank you for your service in Korea.
And,
See, now I missed that part. I knew you were a Korean War veteran, but you also served in World War II.
oh yeah.
They liked him so well in World War II, they asked him back.
Yeah,
for
I was
Korea.
in Germany.
I'm glad. So did you fight on the ground?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
In the heavy equipment, like mortars, we use that, but you get shot at it anyway.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to miss 4 times that I could have been dead.
Mm-hmm.
A shell hit me
Hit near you.
near me. I could reach out and pick it up.
Mm.
It's that close.
I went to the Bahamas for my senior class trip. He went to Germany for World War II.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an honor to meet you. I'm so privileged, and I thank you for your time today, and thank you for the service.
Well,
This is incredible. World War II veteran and a Korean War veteran. So,
it was a little more easier in Korea than it was in Germany.
Uh-oh.
Well, I had a little seniority in it.
Yeah.
That's right.
how are you? Good. Hey, how do you like Boonville?
I love Boonville.
Do you?
Yes.
Are the peanut butter cookies good?
Oh,
Yeah.
very good.
Uh,
I mean, they're everything.
Everything's good.
Rolls, everything is very delicious. It's
Yeah,
all
it-
homemade.
It helps on the choices because you know it's going to be good no matter what you choose.
Absolutely, yes.
When I had the opportunity to become mayor, I had a vision that, you know, the square needs to be updated, and that's the start. You know, once you start renovations, then later on, people start on their own, like you can see in this bistro here that we're setting in. We've been talking about this renovation for 50 years, but you had to have the right council, you had to have the right mayor, you had to have all the stars aligned, and that's what happened, and we made it happen. And 40% of all of our streets have been repaved in the last 4 years, you know. And we've done a lot of sidewalk work, or coming into our city of Boonville, we're doing more sidewalk work. And businesses, churches, and the hospitals, you know, they're buying in on this because they know that we're doing something, that we're helping ourselves.
Sounds like the city's on the march.
It is.
I mean,
it really is. We got $4.3 million worth of grants for our city streets in 4.5 years.
Is that how you did it? Did you actually go door to door in your campaign?
4 times. The city, the first time I ran 5 years ago.
That's what they call a grassroots campaign.
Well, it's
Door to door.
Beating on the doors and say...
you and the vacuum cleaner salesman, right?
That's it. That's it.
Oh, that's really neat.
But I grew up in this town. I've always been involved in the labor movement. We've got a thing called the Labor Day celebration. It's the second oldest continuous celebration in the nation. So,
I can tell you love Boonville, Indiana. Is there hope for small town America? We're going to survive, right?
we are going to survive. We are the survivors.
Well, I mean, I'm such a big fan of small town America, and one of the reasons is small towns really represents the American story because America grew from small towns. They weren't all big cities. They weren't all Chicago, LA, and New Orleans, you know. It was the small towns that from which the personality of this country grew from, the integrity, the grit, and everything.
You know, the city of Boonville has the longest continuous Christmas parade in the state of Indiana. And
will you be able to have it this year?
We're going to have it one way or another. If it's me and another fat guy in a red suit, we're going to have it.
You know him?
Yeah,
You do?
well. Known him for a lot of years.
See,
He's a good guy.
Is he a
great
good guy? Yeah, I mean...
He only comes visits once a year, but
That's
he's still a great
right.
guy.
Mayor, I really like Boonville, Indiana, and I haven't met an unfriendly person yet. Everybody has been cordial and friendly for this out-of-towner, and that really stands out to me. Appreciate it. Cheers.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, sir. Same to you. Put a good word in for me with the fat guy in the red suit.
I will.
Oh,
I'll make sure that he gets you a special
I have been extra good, I promise. How do you like Boonville?
Love it. Lived
Do you?
here my whole life.
Really? You're a hometowner?
I am.
Seriously?
Going on 40 years.
Wow, that's fabulous. And you still like it here?
Still like me here.
That's a good
Yes.
sign.
Raising my family here, absolutely.
That's wonderful. Would you want to live anywhere else?
I've tried it. I went for college, but then came back. Yeah. But you miss the hometown feel. You miss going to a bank and not having to show your ID because everybody knows you and your family.
Exactly. So you love Boonville, Indiana.
I do.
I think that's so cool. Thanks for chatting.
I'm raised out back in the sticks back in Tell City up where the hoot owl sleep with the chickens.
Oh, I've been to Tell City. I like that town.
Yeah, it ain't nobody but me. The wife, I lost her 5 years ago, so I just work. Might as well be doing something.
Yeah, and driving a truck is what keeps you busy.
And that's all I've done for 52 years. And if I stop and sit down, I know what's going to happen.
Oh, well, march on, mister. Keep marching. Nothing speaks louder in small town America than an old 5 and dime store. This one established in 1958. Someone told me going in this store is kind of like walking back in time. That's why we're going in. Are you the owner of the store?
Yeah, my husband and I.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, how is it hard to make it in the, I mean, when I think of 5 and dime, I think of the 1940s and 50s. This is 2020. Is it hard to make it in small town America in this business?
I don't think so. I think we try to carry different stuff that, you know, the big box stores don't carry. Just always have a changing kind of display merchandise, so I think that helps.
Yeah.
We can't really compete with Walmart, you know, places like that, so we have to have different stuff.
Yeah. How do you like it here?
I like it. I love it. We moved back here to live back here and run the store, so.
It is a pretty little town.
Yeah.
So you guys are doing okay?
We are, yeah.
Even
we actually can't complain, even with COVID, yeah.
Even with COVID?
Yeah. Really.
I'm really happy to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to peek around your store.
Go ahead.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I mean, so you guys don't work at the post office, do you?
No.
Where do you guys work?
Right up here at the hospital.
Oh, okay.
You local one? Yeah.
How's it going? Are you flooded with corona patients? Are you holding your own? What?
Not here.
No? Okay.
We go to our main hub in Evansville.
I gotcha. Yeah, understood.
We work in surgery down there.
Do you really?
Yes, we do.
Wow, that's incredible. Thanks for doing that. That's an incredible service.
Thank you so much.
You bet. See ya. Hey, I wanted to ask you about the vintage pop you have over there. I mean, where do you get that stuff? That
There's a distributor in Illinois, I think in Chicago, actually.
Really?
They have a huge list of different ones, and we order it all from them. Yeah.
You sell a lot of it?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah. And we keep
That's
them
really
cold,
neat.
too, so people can buy, you know, a 4-pack, or they'll just buy a cold one.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them like Big Red. People have heard of Big Red, so they buy that.
How cool is this? A 5 and dime store across from the courthouse in the town square.
Yes.
You got it
Good
made.
view. We have a nice view.
You do. It's beautiful.
We do.
You're very fortunate.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you.
Well,
I'm
thank
so
you.
glad your business is doing well.
Yeah,
I love hearing that. I'm
Yeah.
a big believer in small town America. And
Yeah,
the Durs is made in Boonville?
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting.
Family owned.
Hometown flavor.
Yeah, I can't remember how many years.
I wonder how many years. That's interesting though. A really cool small town connection. Why couldn't you just have
I know, a
two
couple, I know.
choices? Why do you have to have 94 different things? And I know they're all good.
Like the black cherry is a really good one if you want a flavor.
It's all good.
There's a lot of
All right,
of them.
I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna take a chance on El Capone.
Black cherry,
Yeah,
it's one of my favorites.
that's me. I'm gonna try that. Awesome, thanks. How do you guys like Boonville?
Well, we love it.
All right, born and raised?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you love,
Since I was 4 years old.
really?